This college football season has been a fun and wild one, and we are now down to 4 as EA Sports is proud to welcome you to AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. This afternoon, it's the first of our college football playoff semifinal matchups, as we'll see the Oregon Ducks taking on the LSU Tigers. For the right to play for a national championship next Monday night in Santa Clara, we are underway from Arlington in the national playoff semifinal. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Ducks take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's a first and 10, Oregon. They start out with a run by Ferguson, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 8.
From the gun, Barrett. Buying time to his left. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
On first down, Ferguson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a second and 7.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 44, Barrett. Right side here, complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Barrett looks to throw on first. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off around the 27. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead.
7, Ducks, nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Oregon offense on the field ready for their next possession. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. A big play there. 75 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
For the extra point.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give
throw here on the very first play. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Holmes. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
At the 46-yard line.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. And a huge play that time. 48 yards. Well, that student section wasn't alive. They are alive and well now. That chunk play woke them up. It is starting to get really, really loud in here as this offense is on the move here in the first quarter. To throw is Reed. From the gun, he'll throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he will take this in. Touchdown LSU. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And his guys have taken the lead. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. After the touchdown, the LSU Tigers kick team out there to send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
First and 10.
The Ducks set to go on offense as they come to the line. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 30, 10. And he is into the end zone for an Oregon touchdown. A great effort there. 77 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Extra point.
Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. A dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
The fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. Nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A nice throw there. Coach O'Brien, when you look at his quarterback position, he's got two great options, but opting to go with a hot hand, leaving Tommy Matthews on the sideline to start this semifinal.
And throughout this season, they've had a little bit of what we would call the carousel approach at quarterback. But when they've made changes, Tommy Matthews has made the most of his time under center. But both of these quarterbacks are undefeated, and we know why. This defense has played so well throughout the season, and we know how loyal they are to their head coach because he was their former defensive coordinator. Now they just got to figure out who's going to guide this team at quarterback and carry them the rest of the way.
And that is caught. More to come on EA Sports.
Tigers 28, Ducks 7.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. On the carry, it's Ferguson. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
to throw on third down. Barrett, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown.
Holding. Defense.
So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Oregon offense on the field, ready for their next possession. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
On second and a couple, Barrett. This is Gibbons over the middle. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. These college offenses, Charles, so wide open. And there's an example right there that we just saw. Yeah, let me ask you, how does a college offense differ from an NFL offense, or does it?
Well, it still does, Brandon, because NFL offenses, while they're continuing to embrace what the colleges are giving them more and more, they're still not playing as fast as a general rule. You know, most college offenses will run about 15 plays per game more than NFL offenses will. They'll take a few more chances in what they're doing. Maybe try and isolate their star player a little bit better. Yeah, there's still some differences in what we're seeing. But for me, speed and pace of play for college offenses still ahead of what we see in the NFL.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, Barrett. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And as a result, possession switches hands. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. I tell you, you look around the college football landscape, and there's some really good running backs this year. The draft projections really littered with that crop of players, and we've got a couple of them in our game here this afternoon. And I'm glad that you pointed that out, partner, because we always talk about the guys who throw the football and the guys who catch the ball, but the runners are still vital, and that's a pretty good run right there. A good illustration of what he can do, and they're counting on those kind of runs to help them win their conference, because you and I both know that's the best path to the college football playoff. Win your conference first and give yourself that opportunity. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
1st and goal.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Operating from the gun, Reed.
I think a lot of people ask.
And that is caught. It's an LSU touchdown from 4 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just
now,
said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Ducks set to go on offense as they come to the line. On first down, Barrett to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback is sacked.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now a man open down the middle of the field and way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life. Make them
under pressure, and down he goes. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To try again after the sack, Barrett into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. Now a timeout called for in the backfield. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On third down, Ferguson. The stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the... The first half, no contest. What will the second half bring? As we are back and underway on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Oregon offense on the field, ready for their next possession. They'll start by running the option to the right. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way and you hit back the opposite side, there's a great chance it can turn into the type of play we just saw there, a big gainer.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The previous play big on the ground. That one big through the air. Things have jumped up quickly.
Certainly appears that whatever their thought process is on the defensive side of the ball, they're one play behind. You know, loaded up for the pass, they hit him with the run.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way.
The quarterback sacked.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the gun, Reed. Being chased out left. He'll run it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Operating from the gun, Reed. Over the middle, it's Holmes. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one a 14-yard play, and it keeps this drive moving. From the gun, Reed steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Reed. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. They'll go with the keeper. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. It's a quarterback sneak. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So what a let-off there. You figure that was an easy 3 points. Instead, it turns into nothing.
And from that close of range, if you started left, your goose is cooked. And this thing, well, it never had a chance to straighten itself out.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a second and 14. Running again, and again it's Ferguson. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line.
The ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. Back now here on EA so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Barrett. Wide open receiver complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
At the 48-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Check 55, check 55.
From the gun, Barrett, complete to Myers, the tight end. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
56
Operating from the gun, Barrett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But thankfully, this is corralled by the offense, so they will, in fact, hold on to the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Flush to his right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Oregon's punter out on the field as he'll punt it away for the second time. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
20-yard line.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there. 45 yards. Charles, here we are in the fourth quarter, and they've got a pretty comfortable lead here. You know, Coach O'Brien, as we talked about, he made those statements about his plans to possibly rotate the quarterbacks, but we have not seen any sign of Tommy Matthews.
And we certainly expected to see him. Look, you and I both sat in there, partner, with Coach O'Brien, and he indicated that he planned to rotate quarterbacks to find out what he had. But with the play that he's seen here, he's like any head coach. He reserves the right to change his mind. And maybe he knew a little bit more than he was willing to tell us. That maybe Tommy Matthews isn't exactly in his favor, especially considering the lead they have now, and he still hasn't gone to the bench.
Forced out to his left. And it's caught. And he will take this in. Touchdown LSU. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. I'll tell you what, a pretty special performance for his first ever start, now with 3 touchdown passes.
Well, that's not a bad number to get things going, is it? Because, let's face it, we had our attention on him coming.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Ducks set to go on offense as they come to the line. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell you?
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
A throw over the middle, taken in. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
56 to Mike. 56.
To throw on third down, Barrett. It's caught. He finds Myers. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That third down conversion good for 23. The Ducks come up now, 1st and 10. Now Barrett. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. And he's going to come up a few yards short, brought down at the 45. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And his guys are able to get a score back.
For the extra point.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
14.
Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Fielded just outside the goal line. That's strong running. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. 1st down. He's going to keep it again.